Hello and welcome to Frank's School. I'm now trying to show you why I love German. I'm calling this section Loving German. A correction from yesterday. Blut has an L in it. It's the German word for blood. And Flot has two T's at the end. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. Another thing I wanted to say is aller Anfang ist schwer. They'll say that in German. That translates all beginning, every beginning is hard, difficult, or heavy. I'm going to come back to this, I think, in a moment. Every beginning is difficult. Well, this beginning was not for me. I'm beginning a new part of the course, Loving German. It's not hard for me at all. In a way, I've been waiting all my life to teach this course. I can't wait. It shouldn't be hard because I genuinely love the language since I was about 16 years old when I first discovered it. Okay, a couple of things to tell you about those videos. If you watched yesterday and you did as I asked, you looked at two YouTube videos of the song Wandersmann, or whatever it's called. Mein Vater war ein Wandersmann. Well, and I put into the description now, I have the link, so all you should have to do is click on it. I think I put the link there, I found it. Well, both of them are very Bavarian, Bayerisch you would say in German. That's not equal to German. That is not equal to German. It is German, yes, Bavaria is German, but they're not one and the same. And you could really quickly get a misunderstanding about my approach toward German. It's the language that I love. Well, I like a lot more than that, but that's what I'm. A lot of people like Bavaria to go there as tourists. I even think Germans in the rest of Germany like Bavaria. It has the mountains, it has the Umpa bands and all that, but it's not the same. I'm not necessarily trying to show you why you should love the German people. I hope you do. But that's not what I mean. Or the culture, even the German culture. There's lots of reasons to love the German culture, and a lot of people do, with the beer drinking and the big pretzels and whatever you think of. Well, that again, that's kind of Bavarian. But it's the language. It's the language. That is not so well known. I'm going to try to show you why there's a lot of reason for an English speaker, especially, maybe uniquely for an English speaker, to love German. Well, one of the ways I'm going to go about trying to show you that is through cognates. Now that's a word that most people do not use. I taught about it last year with the one. Well, I guess maybe there was no number there. With the first year when I was teaching linguistics, and cognates are sort of cousins in a language, so that our English word vocabulary, that voca, is a cognate of it comes from the Latin word, I'm not sure how to say it, but voce, it means to call. A vocation would be a cognate of that as well. Well, anyway, you're going to hear me. I may or may not keep using the word cognates, but they're very important to my showing you why you should love German. Aside from the grammar of German is quite difficult. And you don't have to master the grammar or even maybe understand the grammar to love German. But anyway, for example here, Wortschatz is a German word for a vocabulary. Now, a Wortschatz, literally, that means word treasure. Your word treasure, the treasure trove that you have of words. This is your treasure chest of words. In a sense, it's right there, why you should love German. Vocabulary is a fine word, but it doesn't do the same. it doesn't make the same kind of connections for an English speaker. You just kind of learn that word as a word for that alone. But Wortschatz, word treasure, there's a whole new way of thinking about vocabulary with that word. And I'll show you, well, while I'm on that subject, maybe I'll come up here. Aller, well, all is a cognate in English, all, but here it's better translated as each or every. Anfang, well, there aren't cognates, but Anfang means beginnings or starts. But if you take a word like that and split it in half, fangen means to grab or to seize. An means toward. So here we've got a noun, every toward grab. What a different way of thinking about beginning. Again, there's nothing wrong with the word beginning, but it's so different. Anfang, you grab something on, that's a beginning. Ist schwer. Now schwer means difficult, but it also means heavy. So you could translate this in a way, every initial grabbing is heavy. That doesn't really work, but anyway, since I had it there, I thought I'd tell you that. And now one other thing I'll say here is part of my strategy is to stick a song in your head. I hope I stuck that song in your head, Mein Vater war ein Wandersmann. It's one of the reasons I sang it twice. It's also one of the reasons that I wanted you to go listen to it on YouTube, so that for the rest of the day you had that song in your head. I've had students in the past in public school complain to me, say, "Why did you do that? You stuck that song in my head." And I went around all day saying, "Yes, perfect." Because I not only want to teach you to love German or show you why I love German, I would also like to teach you some German. And I'm going to use songs. And I hope, and the advantage of a song over just some words is that phenomenon of getting stuck in your head. Another thing to tell you is what's going on now, tomorrow I'll add to it I think, could be thought of as scene 2 in a play. Scene 1 was the 5 days that I introduced German back in last year. I'll get these numbers for you again. I think I don't know if I had them up there yesterday. But anyway, this is scene 2. So when I said, "Ach, Heidi, kennst du dieses Lied?" I need to translate that. I mean, I need to write that out. It means, "Ah, Heidi, do you know this song?" And then I started to sing. Well, you know, when you put a play on, you have to memorize lines. I had the Shakespearean troupe for, oh man, years. 7, 8 years. We put on 25 Shakespearean plays. And students spent so much time memorizing their lines. They have to do that anyway, whether it's Shakespeare or not. And I have begun to suspect that a way to learn a foreign language might be to memorize the lines of a character in a play. I'm experimenting with that, and I'll tell you more about it later. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is going to take pretty much the whole board, and a little complicated, so I'm going to quit this video, and I'll be back again today. So I hope to see you soon.